Shoot.
Oh man, already failing.
Okay, I hit record.
All right,
I should
awesome.
set a timer.
One camera guy on his channel. Come talk to
Whoops.
us.
Whoa.
Everything's just going off. Let's see. That's for Instagram.
Hey, if you are just catching us right now, welcome to Monday Live. This is just the very beginning of the show. We are still in pre-show mode. We've got like another 5 minutes of this time frame on pre-show. First one, let you know, I go by that one camera guy. I do tutorials, guides, and reviews on Sony mirrorless equipment and gear. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on these live shows when they pop up. And don't forget to smash that like button. We'd really appreciate it. And this evening, I'm joined by our usual guest. Go ahead and say hi.
What's going on, guys? It's Jason Vong. Can't go wrong with the Vong.
He's got to sell that hashtag. Can't go wrong with Jason Vong. Oh man, Jason, how have you been, man? What's up?
Good. It's incredibly hot. Not looking forward to the weekend.
Oh yeah, man. When you sent me that temperature.
Degree Fahrenheit, 38 degrees Celsius. And we're going to be shooting outdoors, Danny.
So we're doing an overheating test. My territory. Perfect. I was waiting for the day we could finally do an A7 III overheating test. Nice. Wait. You have two A7 IIIs now, right? Now?
One A7 III.
Oh, okay.
One A7 III, one A7R III.
We could see which one overheats first, the A7 III, the A7R III, the A7S III.
We'll talk about this camera later.
The A7S III that doesn't exist. Not yet.
Too many cameras. Oh. Save that for gear talk.
There we go.
Nice. Who's out here? Who's here today?
Who is here?
Hashtag last show, says Jason.
Freaking Jason. Jason. What is it? Hashtag Jason Vong is too big nowadays. What the heck? Get that out of here, man.
Snaps. You damn right.
Dane Anderson.
Yeah, go
ahead. Dane Anderson saying, still waiting for the Sony Alpha 6700. It could pop up tomorrow. Fantastic.
Wingbird, hashtag waiting for new gear A7 III plus 8518.
They're jumping ahead already.
Wow.
Are they already posting new gear?
He said waiting for new gear.
Mario Crespo is like, is this the last show again?
It's always the last show.
It's always the last show. Shoot. Joey Arama is asking, when is the Tamron releasing the 2875 update? When the Sony A7S III is announced. That's when it's happening.
Insane. I thought they would have that update by now. What is taking Tamron so long?
I am so glad I sent mine back. For all the people who are roasting on me about holding onto my lens, take that. All right.
Oh,
I sent it back. I'm glad. I am, man. It was tough. You know, I didn't want to send it back because I was hoping for an update, but it's already been past 30 days. And I'd rather just wait for a new batch at this point if I was going to get it later. So Joey's also saying he got a bad copy.
Ouch.
Wow. Fantastic. Moises is asking, do you know something about the Sony A7S III? We don't, but we might know something about the Canon mirrorless camera, maybe. That's got to be the doubt now. Yeah, that's true. No one has to know. They got to pay us for that information.
Drop that super chat.
Imagine when we say like, okay, drop this much super chat. We'll tell you the secrets behind the new Canon mirrorless camera.
If we can raise $5,000, we'll tell you what's Canon's mirrorless camera, full frame mirrorless camera that's coming very soon.
Man, don't make false promises, man.
We all have a price. The price is $5,000.
Shoot, that's gonna cover a lot of dinners, man. It's pretty good. Shoot.
And then Canon sends their ninjas out.
Jay says, like, is this the Canon show now? Let me know to unsubscribe. It's always been a Canon show, man. Secretly, Jason. XQD. Yeah, we'll talk about XQD a little bit today. Why so long, Vong, for the Tamron, says Doug Sutheimer. I think I'm saying that right.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okay, Jason, you got cut off right now, man. Your mic's not working.
Damn it. I don't know why this keeps happening to me.
I don't know, man.
Do I have another port? I don't know.
That's why I stopped. I didn't use my AirPods, man. Just not want to worry about it.
Is it the AirPods that's messing it up?
It could be. I mean,
keeps getting disconnected.
We're going to start the show in just a little bit here, maybe about another minute or so. So if you have any questions you want to throw in right now, we will try to get to that. Bodice 40mm F2.
Man, I can't even plug in my headphone jack because this cam link is taking up too much space.
Oh, are you serious? Didn't you have another USB port?
That's for the there's only 2 on the MacBook.
Oh, you're using the MacBook right now?
Yeah, I'm using the MacBook. Are you hearing any echoes or any?
No, not right now.
Okay, we're fine.
I hope so. We'll see. They'll let us know. Jay-san says Hakuna Matata. Danny, yes. This was the shirt I was supposed to wear when I went to Disneyland on that meetup day, but I didn't wear this.
You have all these like shirts, man.
I had to wear that Jurassic Park shirt and they gave me a hard time. I hate them people now. PZ Mod says, why does the Sony a6000 series not high-speed sync in most modes still? This was an NEX issue. I wasn't sure there was a high-speed sync issue. I'm not familiar with. All right, we're going to go ahead and start the show, guys. Hey, it's already 7:01 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to go ahead and start the Monday live show. Thank you for joining us this evening once again. As you know, we host this show every Monday. We alternate between my channel and also Jason's channel. And today we're going to be going over a few different topics, but as usual, we're going to go ahead and start off with hashtag new gear. Let us know in the comments down below or in the live chat what new gear you recently picked up, or maybe you picked something up last week that you didn't get a chance to talk to. We'd love to read them off on the show this evening. Now, to give a little preview about what we're going to be covering today, we're going to talk a little bit about the Sony 400 F2.8, the Sony A9 firmware update / recall, the Canon mirrorless lineup very briefly, because obviously we're not a completely Canon show here, and some unsubstantiated rumors about future Sony cameras, the new XQD cards, and we had a request from Alex Sandoval to talk about the 128 terabyte SD Express card, which is fascinating considering that that is a massive amount of storage on a little card. So that's what's on our lineup this evening. And we might even talk about that Bodice 40mm, I think, if people are interested about that. But we are starting off with hashtag new gear. And we're going to go ahead and start off with Jason, our gas master. Jason?
Every time, every show, gas master. I'm like, I didn't buy anything, guys. Well, I did pick up the new Elgato Cam Link, which is this little device that allows me to connect it to my Sony camera and do these sort of streams every Monday live. So previously, I was using the Blackmagic mini recorder, and you guys might have noticed that whenever I use that thing, it's like there's like interlacing problems with it. I have no idea how to fix it. For some reason, it only works with my Sony a6500, but never with my full frame camera. So I was like, you know what? I've had it. I've had it to like connect.
Okay, Jason, your mic went dead again.
Oh my God, what's going on? Good.
You have to repeat.
Anyways, I got the Elgato Cam Link because the Blackmagic device required too many. It required a Thunderbolt cable and HDMI cable, and it always have interlacing problems. So I got the Cam Link, which is a straight up USB to HDMI. Works fine, works great with full frame cameras and APS-C cameras versus my Blackmagic that only work with my 6500 only for whatever reason. So that's one of the new gear that I picked up. This week, Danny and I will be heading off to Anime Expo, which is a huge Japanese pop culture convention in Los Angeles. Going to be a lot of opportunity to be taking a lot of photos, cosplay portraits, event coverage. So we're going to be having a lot of fun. And for this event, I've prepared to rent out the 35, 50, 85, all 1.4 from Sony, as well as from the Sigma lineup. We're going to be doing some comparison.
That mic went dead again, Jason.
Damn it.
Okay, now it's back.
Got the 35 that's shooting me right now, the 50 that is right here, and the A9.
I'm gonna get that out of here, man. Look at that.
With the 85 1.4. So these are all rented. I didn't buy these. They use Sony Pro support and lens rental. We got the Sigma lenses coming in tomorrow, all of the counterparts to these lenses right here. So very excited to be doing this event this week with Danny.
So they sent you the 35, the 50, and the 85.
Right.
Yeah. That's nice. When I asked for the 50, they didn't send it. They didn't have it in stock. Nice.
What? Which 50? The Zeiss?
The Zeiss 50.
Huh.
Fancy. They hooked up Jason, man. What the heck? No, it'd be cool. You know, it'd be interesting. Those of you in the chat, since Jason has all these lenses, what would be something fun that you guys would want to see us try over there at the Anime Expo? Do you want to see like a versus of a lens or something like that? I think that'd be something interesting. So if you have any ideas, let us know in the comments for maybe a video idea we can try out.
Hey, Danny, while you go over your new gear, I'm going to switch the USB ports and see if that fixes problems.
Okay. All right, we'll do. Again, folks, we are in the new gear segment. So if you've got any new gear, go ahead and post them in the live chat right now so we can get to it in just a little bit here. So as far as the equipment that I picked up, I actually picked up a Godox 8200, a really popular small flash system from Godox. I do have their regular flashes that you just mount on top of your camera, but I went ahead and got that specifically to use for the Anime Expo. And then I think that's really it. I got this thing. I got this little bracket here and this little stick here, I guess, just to hold the 8200, and then this little extending stick here to hold it out for the light. But yeah, I just got this little setup right here for that.
Did you get the twin head, or you didn't get the twin head?
I did not get the twin head. Should I have gotten the twin head?
I think if we're shooting anything outdoors, we might need the twin head.
Well,
I have one light.
I have two lights because I ordered two.
Then you need the twin head.
Well, we don't need to use both. I mean, it's not necessary.
To overpower the sun, we might need two. Just to be safe.
And do you have, well, you want to order it? The little bracket? Because it'll one day to your place.
Let's see it.
Let's do this after. Let's not do it right now because it's not going to change the delivery time. All right. Okay. We're going to go ahead and look into the hashtag New Gear segment here, guys. Let's see. I think that's everything that I got. Yeah. All right. Whew. Let's see here.
Oh, yeah. It's going to make it in time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to make it on the first day, technically.
Well, it'd be better if it did.
All right, here we go. Sleeping Elephant's got a screen protector. Patrick Chang, new gear, Sigma 31.4 open box from Adorama. Very nice. I love that 31.4. John Louis Imperial, new gear, Magmon professional flash kit. Jose Martinez got an iMac Pro. Nice. Which one? Was it the base model? Kevin new gear, just got my A7 III and 28-75. Was out testing it in direct sun for about 4 hours with Wasabi batteries. Had no overheating issues and no issues yet with the Tamron. The Wasabi was at 78%. That's all good science. That's great that that's working out for you.
Okay, hashtag new gear got the twin head.
Wait, what?
Hashtag idea. Got the hashtag new gear got the twin head, dude.
I don't understand, Jason. You
No,
just ordered it right now.
I bought the twin.
Okay, I was like, what the hell's going on? All right, it's Doug Sooth. Doug saying, new gear, my A7 III just showed up from B&H. Nice. You can go ahead and pause the show and just enjoy your new camera. Joel Serrano, new gear, MacBook Pro and custom alpha hat like Jason's. Jelly about that hat. Eric Madison, new gear, Explorer 8200, Parapop 38 inches, X1 Pro trigger, and the 85 f1.8. Nice. Great setup there. Eli Malay, new gear, Manfrotto B-Free, Sony Alpha Edition tripod, and the 5K Gorilla Pod from B&H. I love that Gorilla Pod. They don't make the Gorilla Pod that I have anymore. I'm assuming it's now the 5K Gorilla Pod model. Ferd saying, new gear, A7 III, love it. Jason says, new gear, Nintendo Switch and 6 games. Jason, what games did you pick up? And did you get them digitally or did you buy hard copies of your games? Tag the Shooter, new gear, 3 ice lights, 2 white, and 1 that does color. Bob Ho, new gear, Sony A7 III finally came in. Geez, my patient was close to 0. Bob, how long were you waiting for that? Let's see here. Patrick Chang, new gear, Lytra Torch Mini, LCD light. Joshua Carino, Canon 135 f2.8 FD lens with an FD to E mount converter.
Nice.
Jason, feel free to jump in whenever when you're there.
Oh, you! I thought you got it, man. 13th dilemma. New gear, 2 Samsung portable SSD 500 gig drives, and a Magmox starter kit. Oh, cool. Got mine too.
Nice. Get that out of here, man.
Bob Ho also got the Samsung 500 external SSD. These things are awesome.
Philip Barlow, new gear, picked up my A7 III and 24105 from Adorama.
Daniel Kudajar just switched to the dark side from Canon to Sony A7R III. Nice.
Welcome aboard. You might be having to switch back, so that's gonna suck. All right, Daryl Sophia, new gear, 25mm F2 bodice, Rode Micro, A7 III pinky grip, and the Manfrotto backpack.
Andy Pratt, new gear, A7 III kit lens, 24 to 70 Zeiss, and 70? Huh?
There's a 70 macro, unless he's talking about the 70 Sigma, the Sigma 70 macro.
That's what I'm thinking.
Tom Gallagher, new gear, the Alpha 6500.
Nice. Hashtag new gear, Pete Tran, IKEA Lada batteries.
I'm not sure what those go to, but that's awesome. Oh crap! Okay, man, we gotta get going. Diamond Cut, new gear, he's waiting for the Atomos Ninja 5. Are those gonna ship soon? Are they getting close?
I think in July it'll ship soon. I think
because I ordered mine pretty late, so I don't expect to get mine anytime soon.
Chris Sagana, Few World 570 5.7 inch monitor for gimbal work. Nice.
Let's see here. Eric Joshua Clack, 70 to 200 G Master.
Nice. Let's see here.
Go ahead. Bowen got the twin head for the 8200, which is what Jason just ordered.
Just bought it. PZ Mods, Sony 35 1.8 APS-C. Dang, free 1-day shipping is godsend, man. It's amazing.
You have free 1-day shipping?
Free 1-day shipping.
What the hell? I have to pay for my 1-day shipping.
Oh, it's free if it's over $35 for qualifying items.
Oh, I don't get it. It's probably because you're near maybe like a center or something.
Yeah, we're near a shipping facility, so
okay, that makes sense.
Move to LA, Danny. Move to LA.
New gear, Lenovo Yoga 730. It's the new Microsoft Surface Killer.
Devon Raw, new gear, 50mm macro.
AB Crypto, new gear, Sony A7 III with a 55 f1.8 and 2 Godox 8200s and a Profoto B1 flash combo kit.
Whoa, what's up with the mixed lighting?
Yeah.
Hashtag new gear from Bill, Sigma 18 to 35 A mount with an LAEA3 adapter. Interesting.
Abass Wilderness wants to see a Jason versus Vivian shootout.
Huh? What? I would smoke her. I mean, she's not listening, right?
Bob Ho said he waited 3 months for his A7 III to come in.
Ouch. Where did you order yours?
All right. Bill H, new gear, Sigma 18 to 35 A mount with the LAEA3 adapter.
Ron Malari, New Gear 24-105. G, thanks for your video at that one camera guy.
You are very welcome, Ron. Jason says he got the Mario Odyssey, Crash Bandicoot Trilogy, Mario Tennis, Doom, Mega Man Collection, Mario Kart, and no digital, because that's for the young people.
I'm still doing digital.
The only thing is I lose stuff too easily, man. It's tough keeping track of stuff.
Yeah.
But
just have it on one SD card, 120 terabytes, right?
I understand the nostalgia. I understand the feel to have the actual physical copies, though. I totally get that. Blake Buckle, New Gear, still waiting on the A7 III, but just for the 7200 F2.8.
Leanna, hashtag New Gear. Technically don't have it yet, but pre-order the Atomos 5. Nice.
You know what? Since we kind of made it towards the end already, I actually did order another Atomos device. It's an older Atomos. It's the Atomos Ninja Star. I don't know if you know what. Yeah, I ordered
first one.
Yeah, they don't sell it anymore. So I picked it up off eBay. It came with a 128 gigabyte CFast card. It's like the size of a phone or something, and it doesn't have a screen. It's just a device that records. And I saw Frono's photo with one in one of his videos, and I was like, what the hell is he using to record his screen on his video footage? Because I use the Atomos, right? We use the Atomos, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
That Atomos. Obviously, this isn't it, but obviously you have that little screen on there. But the Ninja Star is very small and compact, and I would like to test it out and see if it works for recording the screen, because especially if I'm doing tutorials or reviews, I mean, I really don't need to look at another screen. I can just look through the EVF of the camera. If I can record everything that's happening on my camera to this little recorder, I think that's even better. So I ordered that. I should be getting that in tomorrow. But yeah, I picked up that Ninja Star. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I mean, that's been kind of the challenge, is just finding another device that can record what you're doing on the screen to help with the reviews.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to get one, but I just didn't know if it would work properly. But prices have dropped on it, so I just picked one up. We'll see how it works. Probably use it during this coming week, Anime Expo.
This guy right here. Hashtag too much gear.
Oh, is that the new name? We should call that hashtag too much gear.
Too much gear. Awesome.
All right. No one got an Altura bag? I'm sad now. So there's got to be at least one Altura bag.
If someone shows up to Anime Expo looking for us, we'll have an Altura bag for you.
Oh, Jason, is there going to be something inside your Altura bag, Jason?
An Altura monopod.
It does come with a lot of free goodies, man. They're not that bad. They're not that bad.
You got lens cleaning solution. Well, I don't know about lens cleaning solution. A little blow duster, a little like lens cloth, monopod. It's pretty good. It's pretty cool.
They throw in so much crap sometimes, man. I don't even know. It's crazy. Okay, folks, we're going to go ahead and jump into our news topics finally for this evening. Again, I'm going to quickly go over the categories. Don't forget, if you are enjoying what you're seeing, don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and we'll continue on with the show. So we're going to look at the Sony 400 F2.8. I'm sure a small fraction of you are very excited about that. The Sony A9 firmware update, which I'm sure, again, a small fraction of you are excited about that. Canon's mirrorless lineup, only because it's very interesting information about what's coming up their pipeline as far as competition is concerned. Some unsubstantiated rumors are posted on Sony Alpha Rumors. These new XQD cards, and again, the SD cards that go up to 128 terabytes. So, Jason, early on, I guess, since last week from the last Monday show we had, it looks like Sony has officially announced the Sony 400 F2.8. Now, I know you don't shoot sports, but you have had a chance to see it in person when you were at Kondo. What are just your thoughts about this lens in particular? I mean, are you going to get it? Is it already behind you somewhere?
Oh yeah, it's just totally chilling in the closet right there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, even though I saw it in person in Kondo, it's like behind this glass, so it's like we can only see it from the outside. We couldn't really touch it. We couldn't really mount it on anything. I mean, it's hard for me to say. I mean, like, I'm likely never going to actually buy the lens. It's like, what, 12 grand?
Oh, yeah.
Probably will rent it if the job ever calls for it. If I ever have to shoot a concert from the soundboard, which is like a crazy distance away from the actual stage, then yeah, I'd probably rent it from like a lens rental or something and just use the lens there. But in terms of actually owning the lens, something that I don't think I'll pick up anytime soon.
It was in my cart for a very small time.
Dan, you should buy it and bring it to Anime Expo, unless it's not coming out by then.
No, it's not even, it'll be on September, I think. So
ouch.
I really want the lens, but I just can't justify it. I'd have to sell all my cameras. I have to sell all my cameras. Remember that picture from, remember the hashtag?
Nothing to shoot with.
Remember the hashtag National Camera Day? So I don't know if you guys, if you go to Jason's Instagram, he had posted I think it was it, did you just post in your stories or was it in your actual post?
I posted on both. It was just me like chilling with 4 cameras. I was like, guys, you know what, how many cameras do you guys have? And then Danny comes in posting like freaking 12 cameras on his table. And he was like, hey guys, I have 12 cameras. And I was like, this guy right here trying to one up me.
I saw Jason's, but you guys got to check our Instagrams. Okay. There was this, I saw Jason's post and I was like, man, this guy's got 4 cameras on him, man. I'm going to flex right now. And so the funny thing is I still had one more camera that wasn't in that photo, which was really bad.
Was that the one that was shooting you?
No. I actually didn't use a Sony camera to shoot me. It was actually a Canon 80D that took that photo.
Get out of here, man.
It was a Canon 80D. I was using a Canon 80D to take that photo, and I was actually missing a Canon. I was missing a Sony RX100 Mark IV, I guess, which my brother pretty much just took from me at this point. I think he has it, but that was probably the only thing that was missing from there. But let me see here. Can you even see that? There we go. Yeah, it's a lot of cameras. I think if I sell all of them minus the A9, I think I'll be fine. I can get the 100 the 400 f2.8. Should I do it, Jason?
So you're selling all, you have to sell all of your cameras, not all of the camera and lenses, right?
Sell all the cameras minus, just hold on to my A9 and then just get the 400 f2.8.
Yeah, dude,
I can't even, no, I wouldn't even be able to get the actual value. I don't even think. Okay. So I'd have to sell off like the A7 III, which I'm not going to get full value for. I have the A7R III, and then I've got an A7 II, and then I've got several A6300s, and then, dude, that would probably put me up to like 8,000 if I sold all my cameras, I think. So I'd have to add in an extra 4 maybe or so. But anyway, we're getting way too off topic here. So talking about the Sony 400 2.8, let us know in the comments or in the chat if you are going to get the 400 2.8. I think Tag the Shooter, I saw he sent us a little photo of him with his receipt placing the order for that monster of a lens. But as far as the cool things about this, if you don't already know, it's coming in about almost 2 pounds lighter than the Canon and Nikon equivalent, which is great. Sony's touting some very specialized linear motors that are dynamic. It's going to make it focus quickly and work really well. Obviously, it has teleconverter support. And one really cool thing is that they design it so it's not going to be very front heavy. Typically, when you're using these longer telephoto lenses, you're going to feel that weight kind of tip the lens forward. But this is actually a good thing that it kind of centered out the weight of the actual lens towards the middle. So that's going to be a positive side. One really cool thing I do like about the actual what I thought they did really interesting was this little ring on the side, Jason. So on the actual, obviously this is just not, but there's like another ring. So there's a focus ring and there's like another small ring. Folks were showing that when you twist it, you can quickly cut from APS-C mode to full frame mode, which I thought was pretty cool. So instead of pushing the button or something else, you can do it right on the lens, pop into APS-C mode, which will get you some more reach. So if you're shooting at 400 millimeters on your full frame camera, you pop in APS-C mode, you're at 560 millimeters just instantly, just like that. But this leads me to believe that maybe someday there's going to be a Sony A9R, a high megapixel Sony A9. Because that'd be amazing, I would say. Because I would rather shoot with the A7R III and then crop into the APS-C mode because you would still get 18 megapixels. You get what I'm saying, Jason?
Yeah.
Crazy stuff, man. So I think there's some really cool things they're doing with it. I definitely am going to rent it out. I want to try this out during football season. But Gonna have to wait. Gonna have to wait. Because, I mean...
It's going to come back in time for football season, I think. September, right?
Yeah, I think it'll already kind of... The gears might have already been in motion, but I'll be around that time frame, so I'll be fine.
Just get it, Danny. Just get it.
It sucked, man. I started seeing all those videos pop up online about the 402 plate. I'm like, thanks, that's cool. Where's my copy to test out? But it's all good, man. It's all good. Come on, Canon, help me out here. All right, so let's see what the chat has to say. Okay, what the heck? My bad. Francisco dropped $10. Francisco, thank you so much for dropping $10. He says a little money towards that 400 f2.8.
You're 0.005% away from the Sony 400mm.
Francisco, I appreciate that. It's one step closer. We're getting very, very close. We'll get there. I want to see Francisco shoot portraits with it. I want him to get that 402.8 and shoot.
He's gonna find a way. He's gonna probably get something.
I don't know. Kedron, he had that video. He rented out the Sigma 500 f4 and he shot some portraits with it. That was pretty sick. So doing that with the 402.8 is going to be pretty awesome with Sony. Let's see here. Alan Andrews, 12,000 is too pricey. Rental only. If you're not making money off of the lens, yeah, I would agree.
Damon Hart dropping some heat right there. You already have the 135 bodice that you don't use. How do you know I'm not using it? I'm using the lens, man. I'm using the lens. You haven't been following my Instagram story.
He doesn't use it. All right. So
shut up.
He uses his 85 for everything. Tag the shooter. Can't wait for his 402.8. He says, "What the hell? You got that? You can't justify. You can justify Danny. There's always ways to justify the 402.8, man. I really want the lens, man. Maybe next year. Maybe next year.
Just get the lens, Danny. Just get it.
I just need a bag of money to fall, or I gotta sell my cameras. I gotta sell them. I'll be that one. I will be officially that one camera guy.
Just live to your name. You can't be that 14 camera guy.
Oh my god, that was a joke. The ongoing joke. It's like, dude, why are you called that one camera guy when you have 14 cameras? Let's see.
A family of 5. What shutter speed is Jason using? He looks weird. That's strange. I'm shooting 24p, 1/50th of a shutter, so should be fine.
Tag the shooter says you can rent mine cheaper than lens rental.
Oh snaps! There you go. He hooked it up.
Photo Miak says the 402.8 would hold its value way more than all those cameras over the years, especially with Sony dropping new cameras so often. Wouldn't be a bad investment, Danny. I totally agree. 100%.
Very nice.
Francisco says, let's fund this lens tonight.
Let's fund the lens tonight.
How about this? We fund it and then we'll send it around so that way, like, Francisco can try it out and Jason can try it out.
Yes, please.
It'll be like a YouTube lens. Let's see. Riddell photo. Only Keatron would shoot with that. Yep.
Whoa. Never mind.
Tuba Dylan says the 402.8 would cost about the same as a new professional tuba, and that is a fact. I didn't know that. I know some instruments do get pretty pricey, but that's interesting to know. DS Greg says, write the 400 off your taxes, depreciate it aggressively. I would need to wait till the next year, probably. So probably in January.
Tag the shooter says, I just hate I'll miss 1 month of football season with it. Add photo me, Ike. Thanks. I don't get it.
Man. Chris Barr says, I think the school needs a new 402.8.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a budget, but that's almost most of the budget that I get every year to like replace equipment for my class.
Totally worth it. Totally.
Jim Penn says, if I bought the 402.8, my wife would hang me and use the lens to get a photo of me dangling. She would not care about the depth of field.
Gotta get that bokeh.
Oh, man. John Lee, you can finance 12,000 in monthly payments. Yeah, I know, but I don't know if I want to do that.
Danny, buy the lens, then rent it out just for a little cheaper than lens rental, and you'll make a ton of money. says Eli.
Dude, it's too risky, man. Lose that thing.
It's hard for Danny because then he has to buy insurance as well, like a different type of insurance, which will cost him a buttload.
And how many videos can I make off of that lens? I'd have to. Okay, if I get that lens, I need to make like a 500, like maybe like 20 videos or something off of that one lens. Use it on the Sony A6000. Use it on the Sony A6300. Use it on an old A7. Use it on so many different things.
Shoot your entire video on the 400.
shoot your YouTube, right? Shoot your YouTube video on a 400.
400 on an FS5 Mark II ProRes RAW. 4K 60. 120.
Jason, hashtag one kidney for one lens. Could you even sell your kidney for $12,000? Is there a market? Does the market go that high for that? Why am I even asking that question? That's not even a good question. Okay. All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic. Thank you for that. I definitely enjoy the interaction from you guys there. The next topic is the Sony A9 firmware update. I'll briefly mention just the main points about what that entailed. So I saw this posted, obviously, on Sony Alpha Rumors, like a lot of you did see. They say they added the feature to be able to write the serial number onto the EXIF data, which I guess it didn't have before. There was improvements to the autofocus performance, especially in low light and autofocus mode on the camera. There were some updates with flash if you're using flash with the camera. But something interesting happened once folks started updating their camera with this new firmware. There was a new post on Alpha Rumors showing, I think this user by the name of Alan Popescu, who noticed some odd new items that appeared on his Sony A9 that accessing the function menu or these other menus, you saw something, for example, the option for high frame rate options, like a 500 frames per second mode, which was very, very odd. And the question would be from that, would this be hinting at a future features on these cameras? Jason, do you know if you have the new firmware?
I'm looking for it right now. I can't find anything.
I think it's firmware 3. I think that's what it's called.
Firmware 3. May not have been updated. I don't know. Dang it. Oh, no, it's not updated. I missed it.
Right. So Jason, so the thing that makes this really weird is that, you would assume that everything would have been tested prior to the update of the firmware when they released it. But it, having released this firmware with some quirks in there, especially these other accessible options, do you think there's other features that are being hidden in a camera that we just don't have access to?
Probably a bunch of stuff. I feel like a lot of, the cameras here are capable of a lot of things. Just the software is just probably preventing them from like actually having us access it. Maybe what if 4K 60 was a downloadable update on these cameras?
I mean, I would be willing to pay a little for that if that was the case. If it was
$100. I'd pay $100 for it, dude.
I doubt that would be the case. I'd rather pay $100 and buy a new camera. You know what I'm saying? But that's the kind of thing that bugs me a little bit. Because, for example, what if there was the picture profile options in the Sony A9 and it was just a matter of having that option accessible in the camera? Because for the most part, most of the menus and features are all fairly similar across all the cameras. And maybe this glitch was just basically illustrating that they're using very similar coding on all the cameras and that for the most part, they all have very similar features. So I don't know. That's my thoughts. I don't know what you guys think about that. Do you think they're really hiding other pertinent features inside the code of the camera? I mean, it was through Sony Play Memories app that we were able to get the unlimited recording hack into the camera. So there's other things out there, but I just think it's weird. They should have been careful about it, and so they recalled the update. So they canceled the update. I didn't update my A9. I waited, and for the most part, I just didn't have time to get to the update part of it. But after seeing that there were some issues with it, they canceled it. Some people are having success with it. No major issues, just some weird menu options that are popping up for them. So,
Hints.
That's what I'm thinking, man. There's some hints. All right. Eli Malay says, Danny, you can get up to $10,000 for your kidney.
That's good to know.
How do you know that? Chris is saying, is there a free giveaway for the Alpha 5100, Danny? If there was, I got to make it worth it, but I still got to make some videos on that camera. Let's see. John Louis Imperial saying the A7S III will have the 500 frames per second.
That'd be interesting.
In 4K. In 4K, obviously.
Oh, heck. Oh, heck. S doesn't stand for sensor anymore. It stands for slow motion.
That'd be pretty sick.
Let's see here. Wrote down photo. My bad. Didn't know Jason had an A9.
He joined the club finally.
I joined the club, A9 club. Thank you. No, that's it's from Lens Friend. So
he joined it just in the meantime, just for right now.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our next topic right here. Don't forget, we're going to take Q&As towards the end of the show. I'll spend a little bit of time on that. But this one, we're going to kind of go through it very briefly. This was posted on Canon Rumors that there is some speculation on the full-frame Canon mirrorless cameras. This was posted in April, I believe, that there were sources that the development of 2 full-frame mirrorless cameras were in the works already. And for the most part, they're probably already out in the open. Not out in the open, but they're probably in the hands of people being tested. For some reason, Canon Rumors got a hold of these ID numbers that specify what these cameras might be. So, for example, there was this code stating K424, which states that it's potentially a mirrorless full-frame camera with Wi-Fi Bluetooth installed. It has an image resolution or test image resolution of roughly 6720 by 4480, which rounds out to the 5D Mark IV sensor size. And it predicts a development release or sort of like release date of late 2018, early 2019. So it's still kind of vague, like where this information just sort of popped up, but it seems to be substantiated to a degree that, you know, they would post it on Canon Rumors. And then K433, there was another code that was released saying that this camera with this code K433 was going to be mirrorless, full frame potentially with a question mark, Wi-Fi Bluetooth installed. This one will have compatibility with the smartphone via Bluetooth, and the release prediction is early of 2019. So, Jason, should we? I mean, are we all on speculation or I don't know. Are we allowed to say anything? Should we just not say anything about the Canon?
I don't think we should say anything. We don't know anything.
We don't know anything. But it, my guess, I think, is that Canon's going to release something that's going to rival Sony. So
I mean, it's obvious. It's obvious.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. That it's potentially going to rival Sony. So I'm really glad I still have my Canon glass for the time being, because I'd love to test out this camera when it comes out. I don't know if they're going to have a new mount for it for full frame mirrorless, but it's going to happen for Canon. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But if it ends up rivaling Sony in some way, I think it's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be very, very interesting. The competition is going to be good. So I say it all the time. So. Okay. That one, Canon guy.
Go back to Canon.
I'll be good, man. I'll shoot Canon. I don't know if you know, but I've been eyeballing a Canon C200 lately. I can't stop looking at one. I was like, should I get the 400 2.8 or get a Canon C200? I don't know, man. I got to stop watching those Canon C200 videos. Damn it, Zed Pro.
You guys can thank Armando and Zed Pro Media for rubbing off on it. Stop talking about a C200 now. This guy, I'm going to buy a C200, Jason. I'm going to rent a C200 out. $700 a day.
I was going to rent one out, and because since we're in Anime Expo, I was looking at the Sony FS5. The Mark II is still not available for rental. And so I was like, let's just mess around with one of these cinema cameras, because I haven't had one since the C100, and I just wanted to play around with it. And I've just been looking up the C200 lately and the FS5. I would do the FS5 and get that one, but it seems to be kind of, you know, issues with the autofocus might not be that great. And I really wanted to test out the Cinema Raw Lite that was in the Canon C200 and shoot with it a little bit. And I kind of just, for me personally, I sort of like how the Canon system works a little bit better in terms of video is concerned. So, but I was eyeballing it, but it was going to cost like $700 for the rental for that 1 week period. So I guess I said, never mind, maybe another time. So anybody in the comments in the chat have an FS5 by any chance?
Eli says, get a red weapon.
Oh my God, a red weapon. Someone's willing to let me try one out. I mean, sure. I mean, I'll try it out.
Let's see.
Leanna's like C200. Let's see. Virgil says, I'm going to unsubscribe, waiting for an answer. Bruh, we're going to answer those later, man. Chill. Francisco saw the Canon C200 save something like 5 stops over expose. Crazy stuff. Chris Barr, Sony FS7 Mark II. Chris Barr, you have an FS7 Mark II?
I was looking at the FS7 Mark II. That one is like 4K 60 internal.
Does it do the 4K 60p internal?
Internal, yeah.
See, the FS5, like I'm saying, is why can't the FS5 pull off 4K 60p internal? And if that was the case, for example, you know, we were talking about this before the show started. If we were going to get an FS5, for example, why not? I mean, at this point, yeah, I know the benefits. Everyone's going to say, well, you get the ND filters, the audio inputs, the better build for it, the construction for the actual for filming. But if we get an A7S III that rolls around that does 4K 60p internal, that might have better video specifications internally in terms of just the specs, then might as well just get an A7S III. You know what I'm saying, Jason?
Yep. And
more than likely, it's going to have better video autofocusing. So that's the biggest point to it.
That's the hope, of course. They have the phase detection autofocus for the A7S III.
They have to have that. I don't think they could release something that has a crippled AF system at this point, but that's just my guess.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We're going to move on here. So there are some unsubstantiated rumors. These are all like SR1s, unfortunately. So they're just fun to go through. These were all posted on Sony Alpha Rumors. So we're going to go ahead and read them off really briefly. Funny enough, I posted a photo of a Sony Alpha 5100 that I have on my Instagram account, and some of these unsubstantiated rumors said there will no longer be an A5000 series anymore. That was one of the claims. Another claim mentioned was that the Alpha 6500 model, the next model above that, will have the new body, Z battery, touchscreen, better grip, dials, and more in line with the A7 bodies. I've been saying this before. I think the next A6500, like the next series model, needs to be a little more pro-oriented, I would imagine. Maybe similar in body size to the A7 series. That's just an APS-C body that's more in line with an A7 body. That's what I would like to see for the next iteration of that, with a flip-out screen. Another one was an A5 mid-range FE body. So another series, an A5 series, but it would be a mid-range. So a close, maybe like sub $1,000 price. And there's been talks that the A7S III prototypes are all out in the wild at this point. Some with global shutters with 4K 120 frames per second, and potentially new code and potentially using an XQD card. Another person's posing that there's not going to be any 10-bit in the A7S III, and there's possibly going to be a new sensor, which it might be RGBW or an organic sensor. Jason, did you know that with organic sensors, I was looking this up. So Panasonic had actually unveiled like an 8K 60p global shutter organic sensor that actually has voltage control to create like an electronic ND.
Whoa.
I don't know. So you could do the ND all electronically on the sensor level, I think. I'm probably getting this all screwed up and wrong, but point being, with an organic sensor, you wouldn't need to have to put like an ND filter, or you wouldn't have to have like that switch that has like the ND filter cycle through. It would all happen electronically. If that makes any sense.
That's
like
pretty crazy.
change, right? So it could happen all right there on the actual sensor. So if this A7S III comes out, maybe with a global shutter, so we're not going to see rolling shutter anymore, potentially, or even the potential for a built-in electronic ND filter that can be done on the sensor level, that would be pretty cool. I think that, I don't know, I'd be sold on that. I don't think you're going to see 4K 120 frames per second. That's kind of like dreaming, but just even 4K 60p, I think, is what I think a lot of folks would like to see, at least minimum.
Oh, heck yeah.
All right.
If it's 4K 120, it'll be like that 4-second, like what they're doing with the FS5 Mark II.
Oh yeah, you're right. So you're absolutely right. So the FS5 actually does that, and I think the FS5 Mark II does that as well through the ProRes RAW option. So you get that little burst, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, if they can pull that off on the A7S III, that'd be nice. But who knows? But speaking about the A7S III and some potential insights into what it might need, maybe it will have better bitrate options available for it, and it's going to need faster cards maybe. And so moving along the lines of XQD, this was again posted on Sony Op Rumors. There were some new codes posted and registered in Russia that there's going to be some new XQD cards coming out from Sony. And the question posed here is whether or not these cards might be in line with maybe the A7S III, and will it take advantage of these new XQD cards, which read and write much faster than the UHS-2 card standard. But here's the thing, Jason, there is no current Sony like consumer camera. When I mean consumer, I mean like the A7 line or even the A9, obviously, that use XQD. There really isn't. And I think the Sony FS7 is, I think either FS7 or the Mark II uses XQD. And I think there might be like a consumer, like a camcorder that might use the XQD. But other than that, it's all Nikon. Nikon's using XQD, but for some reason, Sony's not using it.
Not on the smaller cameras, but the bigger camera. It wasn't the FS5, FS7 using XQD?
The FS7, I believe, but not any of the other ones are using SD cards.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. You know, you have this format, Sony's pushing it, but they themselves aren't using it in their actual cameras as much. I personally would rather just stick with the SD cards if that was the case. But if you were going to need an XQD card in order to write faster or maybe use higher bitrate video, then I could see the benefit out of it. But in this case, you know, I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening with that. And then finally, talking about SD cards, this topic was added in by Alex Sandoval. SD is getting a new standard. These SD cards. It's called SD Express, and it has the ability to go all the way up to 128 terabytes, not gigabytes. 128 terabytes of storage and data. It's going to be using the PCI Express Gen 3 as well as NVMe Express. So if you're familiar with like the high data transfer rates that are in like the MacBooks nowadays and some of the newer laptops are using these NVMe drives that do like 3 gigabytes per second of transfer, read, and write speeds. But these have a theoretical speeds of up to 985 megabytes per second. So these obviously are going to have major implications as far as usages are concerned, but focusing more on the video side, I don't even know if we need something that fast, but having access to a 985 megabytes per second read and write speed card is insane, let alone 128 terabytes. Jason, what would you put on 120 terabyte SD card? Yeah,
just pray that it does not fail me.
That'd be crazy, right? Imagine you just store everything you've shot on a 120 terabyte card and it freaks out and you accidentally format it and you lose all that data. But I think the speed advantages are going to be important. I don't think not everyone's just going to go out there and buy 120 terabytes. I'm sure those are going to be like enterprise or something like that. But maybe just even like a terabyte card, maybe for some of those that are shooting raw, I can definitely see that. For the folks that are having to shoot raw video, they're definitely going to see this as something to consider. But I mean, I'm happy with my 120 gigabyte cards. I think that's kind of where I'm happy with right now. So, okay, cool. That's it. That's our news stuff. We are in Q&A section mode now. So if you have any questions or comments about anything we've talked about this evening, go ahead and post it in the live chat, and we'll go ahead and answer them out.
Did we already ask people if any of them are going to go to Anime Expo?
Oh, yeah. Let's go ahead and ask that right now.
All right. Is anyone going to Anime Expo this week? So if you're not familiar with Anime Expo, it's this huge Japanese pop culture convention happening from July 4th all the way to July 9th. And Danny and I will be there. We'll be testing out some lenses. We'll be shooting some YouTube videos. So if anybody's around the area, got a little bit of free time, want to come and help us out, definitely hit us up. DM us on Instagram at that one camera guy or at Jason V Media. So definitely want to meet up with you guys. And if we have time, we'll throw a meetup as well. But if anyone's interested in seeing how we shoot our YouTube videos or assisting us with the shoot, let us know.
Or you just want to see how hilarious we are in person, you can do that too.
Yeah, it's a different world when you come watch us work.
Bob says me. Bob is going. Is Bob going?
Brandon Go says, "Can you guys talk about the 40mm f2?" We didn't talk about that, did we?
No, we didn't. Okay, so we'll go over very briefly. So Jason is obviously loves the bodice line from Zeiss. And I think the codes are already out for this lens. So it's going to come out. It's going to happen. But I think it's a 40mm f2. Jason, do you see kind of yourself using that particular focal length range by any chance, or your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm actually, you know what? I might pick one up because I'm on the fence right now whether or not I should pick up the 35 1.4 again or get the Sigma 1.4. But after hearing that the 35 from Sigma has issues with the autofocus, I'm thinking about getting the Zeiss 35. But then I hear about the 40mm. I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll pick that one up instead. So that's probably going to be next up on the list because it's very similar to that 35mm focal length.
That is true. And you also already have a 16-35 f2.8. So going 40 after that might be nice to have. And I think f2 is pretty good already. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see that. I might even test it out myself. I really am a big fan of the 35 focal length range whenever I shoot. So 40 is interesting. It'd be interesting. On full frame for sure. I'd be interested to see how that works out.
But this 35 1.4 right now, oh,
get
so
that out of
here right here. Look at that. Ooh. All right. Hashtag QA from Francisco Joel Hernandez. Photokina? Y'all going to Photokina?
Francisco, are you going to Photokina?
Francisco's getting sponsored to get the Photokina.
Throw that right back at Francisco.
Fly us out, man. Fly us out.
I wonder if they're going to announce something at Photokina and then announce something at Photo Plus. I wonder if it's kind of positioned for that. You know what I'm saying? I think, remember last year, I think the D850 was announced at Photokina, and then the A7R3 was announced at Photo Plus, that time frame.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what they had. So I wonder if they have maybe two cameras on the pipeline, the 6700 or the A7S3 around that time frame. So for me personally, Francisco, it's a big question mark for me. I don't know about Jason though. So if Stanford, he needs to be sponsored.
I would love to go. Yeah, if I can get like someone to fly me out in exchange for like making a video for them or any sort of thing like that, I'd be so down to go.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously. Yeah. Let's see here. Isaac Chalkar is asking, what about the 6700? It's a camera. It's very elusive, man. We can only hope that maybe we see an announcement towards Photokina timeframe. That's going to be September, I believe. Are we going to see it? I have no idea. I'm sure we're kind of due already for a 6700, considering Sony's track record with their cameras. So it's going to happen. I just don't know when, unfortunately. Waterfall Q&A found the 70-200 f2.8 with 1.4x teleconverter on Craigslist for $2,200. Should I pursue it, and how to check it out? Have you guys bought used off Craigslist? Jason, you want to tackle that? Have you purchased off Craigslist before?
Yeah, I purchased lenses and stuff on Craigslist. You just got to test it out. Got to make sure you mount it and shoot up into the sky, see if there's any dust in the lens. Just make sure everything is functioning correctly. It's tough, man. It's really tough to evaluate a lens on your own, especially if you're like new to the whole thing. So I would say just be very careful, really just kind of scat out the guy and see if, just you like err in the side of caution.
I would say maybe be next to those brick walls, bring a tripod. If that person's selling, I mean, you're spending $2,200, right? So if you really want to see if there's any decentering issues or to see if the lens had fallen in some cases, then you could discern it from doing some wall shooting test and check the images to see if there's anything odd going on with it. Because I'm sure once you purchase it from this person from Craigslist, that's it. The deal's done. So if you have the time, that's what I would do. I mean, if you trust, if this is like I said, the problem is if you don't know this person, you don't trust this person. That's a big factor, right? So I would just err on the side of caution. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Because if you bought it from eBay, for example, if you have time to test it out, if there's an issue, you can always have it sent back to that person and get your money back. Via Craigslist, it's like it happens and then it's done. It's over. All right.
Leanna and Bob Hoare going to AX. We'll see you guys there.
Yeah, just find us. We can use some helping hands.
we need some help. Danny's gonna bring us 400. Anyways, NVD Visuals QA does Altura make a bag to fit the 400mm 2.8.
You know what? We can modify it maybe to make it fit the 2.8.
It's just gonna protrude out of the bag.
Equasino says, why is Sony fanboy so toxic? I moved to Sony from Canon, and I'm getting a lot of crap from both sides.
What? We're friendly. I'm friendly, at least. I don't know.
It's really funny whenever you see those videos where someone will, and I've done this video where you say, I moved from Canon to Sony, or I moved from Sony to Canon. It's very polarizing. They get a lot of views, and you get a lot of dissenting opinions from different people's perspectives on it. And everyone's always rooting for their side, right? So if you have an affinity or attachment to one brand, you're always obviously going to be rooting for that. And so like for me, I really don't care what brand you're using, but that's different for everybody. You know, everyone has just a different thing about how they see things. I just use the gear. Right now, I'm just really into Sony, but like I said, I've heard that there's potentially going to be a very interesting full-frame mirrorless camera from Canon, which I'm very interested in seeing in the future. But right now, Sony's where it's at. That's what's hot right now. That's what's working, and that's why people are moving over to it.
So I just feel like it's not really the brand; it's more the community. Certain parts of the community is like more toxic. So just gotta like avoid it.
Yeah, we just roll with it as best as we can, man. Yeah, we get comments all the time, every now and then. People hating on Sony or just like you're an idiot, that kind of thing. So just roll with it. Mike Homner's saying, did you send back to Tamron? I'm assuming a 28 to 75. Yes, I did, Mike. I sent it back. I don't mind getting that lens later on. It's just that copy I had just had way too many problems, and Tamron hasn't even updated a firmware update. So I'm not too positive on that side of things yet. But yes, I did send it back.
Tag the Shooter QA. Why are all the cool events happening on the West Coast? Ugh.
You got to come down to the West Coast.
Come to the West Coast.
Leanna says, I'll carry gear for y'all. I know how to hold a reflector. Nice. Okay.
Dude, Leanna, you're probably more pro than us. Just shoot the thing for us. We'll just kick back and
relax. Ali Duzel, why Sony A7 III on 120 FPS limited to 100 bit rates and 60 FPS on 50 bit rate? Is this issue? Is that an issue? Jason, you've shot with 120 frames per second at 1080p. This looks good. I mean, I don't think your clients have ever said anything about that.
No, only people on the internet, but
that's honestly where it's at 100% of the, well, 99% of the time, right? It's going to land on the internet, right? Where they see these things. Yeah. It just depends on your work, man. If you're doing kind of work that needs like pristine quality, then you can't be shooting with an A7 III. You've got to step up to a higher frame rate camera. Then the A7 III is not the right tool. I mean, for me, I'm not shooting pro work. So, I mean, but Jason's doing some wedding gigs and it looks good when I see his work put on a TV or something. Like he'll put it on television. I've seen a slow motion on it. It looks really good. Even the 60 FPS looks good, but that's just my judgment.
Yeah.
So
Dave Nunez, I ordered a 90mm macro for weddings, but because I got tired of waiting for the Sigma 70. Did I make a mistake? You did not. It's a great lens.
I haven't used it either, but now I'm very interested to check both of them out now. Thanks for the idea, Dave. I appreciate it. Precision Z Crew is the 6700 coming out soon. Right now, it's just a guess. I'm going to say this year, but that's way too much time between this year. So let's just say this year you're going to see it. Burzin Billy Mori is asking, is APS-C dead?
Yes.
Will there be? No, it's not dead, man. You're gonna see it probably.
Danny's just saying it's not dead because he's cranking out more 6000 content.
Shut up, Jason. Shut up. There's a lot of people that still shoot with the A6000, man. Don't be hating on him. See, Jason's very toxic, guys. It was Jason all along with his toxicity with APS-C. I was just going along with it, man.
That's why I had to go with my 6500, man. No, I'm just kidding.
I just want to see more Sigma APS-C lenses, man. Sony's just taking too long right now. So
I'm just waiting for someone to come out with that 16-50 f2.8 for the APS-C, and that'd be the sickest lens.
Looks like Francisco's going to Photokina.
Make space for your bag. We're coming in.
Francisco, drag us along, man. Get it. I'll pay for my own tickets. Can we like crash a hotel? I'll sleep on the floor.
They probably set him up in
Pat Adolfo, QA, would you disown me if I stick with Canon and get a 77D for convenience sake? I won't, but Jason might.
friend.
Dude, use whatever works for you, man. Yeah, man, just use whatever works for you. Seriously.
Tag the shooter. Didn't you sell your 35 1.4, Jason? Yes, I completely regret it. So that's why I'm thinking about buying it again.
Sean Rodriguez, Q&A, first wedding shoot with an Alpha 6300 with the 18-105 f4 and kit lens and Zoom H1 for audio. What equipment would you recommend?
A monopod, a tripod, either one of those. You need definitely those.
That's some good tips
right there. I think I don't know what else would you need on a wedding day. I'm brain dead right now. Haven't thought about a wedding in like a couple of weeks.
Clyde Almeida is asking, have you ever shot an entire wedding or with a 35 and an 85? Please share your experience if you have.
As in I've done photos? We have not.
I've done events with 35-85. I like that combination, but I've never shot like a wedding specifically. I'll use like a 24-70 if I have access to one.
It's a really good combination.
Yeah, I would go with that. And then we just got a super chat here from Chris. Chris Varnell, thank you. Dropping $19.99, paying the tardy fee for the live. JK, enjoying the content from you both. Chris, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
Danny's another step closer to the 400 f2.8.
Let's see.
John Lee, QA. So I saw a post on Craigslist and the guy wanted to trade A7 III for an A7 R2. My camera had a 27K shutter count with 2-year uses. The guy said it was way too high of a count. Is 27K high? I don't know. Good question.
I don't know.
Anyone I don't think it's that help us out here. What is a decent count for the shutter? I personally think it's okay.
Yeah, it just depends on what you do. I understand why someone would be kind of, not wanting to trade, though. I mean, I get that. Yeah. I mean, if you're using like an A9, for example, you're definitely going to run a shutter out quite a bit. But I think it has like a 500,000 shutter life on the A9 or something like that. Those cameras.
Pat Adolfo, speaking of AX, are you guys enjoying any anime right now? So what anime lately? I've been enjoying My Hero Academia a lot. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. I'm watching random Dragon Ball clips on YouTube.
The last anime was Dragon Ball Super, man. I haven't.
We're gonna not know any of the anime that's gonna be premiering at AX.
Yeah, everything is gonna be brand new over there.
But it's okay because there'll be a lot of awesome cosplays. We don't need to know who they are to shoot.
They get all offended, like you don't know who I am.
I'm not from Dragon Ball. Whatever, good enough.
Tag the shooter. Should I trade a 16-35 f4 Zeiss for a 2018 MacBook Air?
There's a MacBook Air 2018.
Is there?
I don't think so. But MacBook Air is like kaput, gone.
I mean, do you have like a replacement for your 16-35 tag? I mean, do you really need the MacBook Air for your workflow?
What model? Sorry, go ahead.
Bobo saying, "Why is it always Canon versus Sony? Where's the Nikon love?" Huh? I've never shot. I didn't shoot with Nikon. There was actually a point in time I almost like bought a Nikon D600 because I wanted to see what the Nikon side was doing because they were getting like the bigger sensors. And I tried one out and I really liked the image quality I was getting out of it over the Canon, but I just never transitioned over to Nikon. I do use Nikons in my classroom. My students use some Nikon cameras and Canon, but for me personally, I just never ended up going with Nikon. All right.
See you, Mac. QA, what model of Canon is comparable to the Sony A7R III? I believe that's a 5DSR.
Yeah. 5DS and the 5DSR.
Cool.
Let's see here. We're going to try to steamroll through these questions as fast as we can, okay? So, Tyrone Thomas, you guys going to test the Sigma 35 millimeters? Yes. Let's see. Pink Hang says, can you...
What?
Canon,
what?
Canon, should you use picture profile shooting still images, or is it only for video recording?
Yeah, do whatever you want. It works either way, but it won't affect the picture. I'm sorry, it won't affect your raw photos.
Yeah, it's only baked in with the JPEGs, not the raw.
Yeah.
Waru808, does the Face Attack not work on the A7 III in 4K?
It works.
Jason showed this to me because I didn't believe it worked. We were in Vegas and I asked him, why is it not working? But it does work. Except when once you put one of these on, like a monitor, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So if you put a monitor on, the 4K face tracking will not work.
Alex Sandoval, we should do a Santa Monica meetup. Will do, sir. Chris Love Media, is there a 6,000 time record hack? I think there is, right?
If the 6,000 has the play memories, then yes. If it still works. I don't know if it's working anymore. It's a good question. I don't remember.
Should I buy the Laowa 15mm 0D F2 for night street shooting? Said Navi. Well, if you really want that F2 for the architectural landscape stuff, yeah, totally.
I don't shoot night street stuff, so I can't recommend too well for that, unfortunately.
Bad Opal says, I love Dragon Ball, but I'm going to say this, man. There's other animes other than Dragon Ball.
All right. Navi or Rhett Love saying, how much shutter fix cost for the A7R2? I do 3,000 shots every week. Should I start shooting less? No, I don't think you should shoot less. Just shoot what you got to do. That's my opinion, though.
Ron, any recommendations for a flash? Look into the Godox / Flashpoint. They're both the same thing. It's what everybody is using right now.
Sia Mac is asking, would you be able to do a video on the Rokinon wide angle f2 manual focus on Sony mirrorless? Yeah, I can do a video on that. I have the Rokinon, and there's a Rokinon, and there's another one. I forgot the brand. Was it Makey? Yeah, Makey has one too. I can do a comparison of that later on. Riddell Photo, have you tested your cameras against water and rain? Because mine didn't survive. So Riddell, I think he said he dropped his camera, his A9, in the water, right?
Oh,
is that what happened?
Oh man, it hurts when you sent us that.
Yeah,
how much
Riddell
was the repair? $900. Oh.
Yeah, so he dropped it in the water. That would have been a fun video, man. You should have just like started doing some funny stuff with it. I mean, I've shot in the rain, pouring rain with the A7R3, which was a stupid idea, but it was fine. I didn't have any issues. It'll probably get messed up later, but I mean, it was fine when I did it. But probably I'm not going to do it very often. Eric's asking, what's going to be your anime convention gear? Lens, flash, strobes, and modifiers. That's a tough one. Jason, we got to figure that out, actually. I think we're trying to figure that out.
So what you can expect right now is the Sigma Art lenses, 35, 50, 85 with the Sony counterparts, the 8200 twin head. That's pretty much the gist of it right now. We're going to work out the logistics right after this live show. So
because we want to be able to be mobile, right? And Jason was letting me know that there's really not a whole lot of space to work off of when you're in that space.
Oh, good luck walking around, man. A horror.
John Lee dropping $10.99. Here's a 1-month subscription to Crunchyroll.
Dude, get on that Food Wars, Danny.
Food Wars? Is that an anime? What is that?
That's an anime. Is there any photography anime or like video anime? That'd be something interesting to watch. I know there's like an anime about how people animate anime, which is like so meta, but is there one about photography? That'd be something that I want to watch.
All right, Dave Nunez, recommendations for an ultra-wide zoom or prime for low-light wedding receptions and commercial interiors. I sold my Canon 16-35L Mark II and need to replace it. Dave, you're on Sony right now, right? So I mean the lens that would replace that would be the Sony 16-35 f2.8, unless I'm missing something here. Sorry if I didn't keep track, but okay.
That's it.
I think that's it for right now, guys. I appreciate everyone that joined us on the show this evening. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button, drop a like if you enjoy the Monday live shows. The next Monday live will happen on Jason Bong's channel.
Assuming we're alive after Anime Expo.
Assuming we are alive from the heat wave that is going to be surfacing very, very soon.
Dude, I got dark. I don't know if you guys can tell, so we're gonna get even more darker. Anime Expo. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh man. Hopefully I'm ready for this heat wave. We'll see how it goes. I was hoping that when I go down there it'd be cooler because it gets really hot over here in the hundreds. And then now I'm going down over there, it's gonna be like 108. I'm like, what the hell just happened? All right. Jason, so anything that people can look forward to from your end? Other than, is it just going to be Anime Expo for us?
Anime Expo for us. So stay tuned to the Instagram stories because I know me and Danny will be posting a lot. And Chris Barr says, just because the anime about photography, she uses Canon gear. Not going to watch that now. Thank you, though.
Oh, they use Canon gear? That's hilarious.
That'd be interesting. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to write this down just because, right? We should do an anime review series together, Danny. Let's do a Let's Watch.
I still say we got to play Pokemon Snap, man. I'm telling you. We got to find a way to do it.
Let's do it. Let's hook it up next Monday. We'll play Pokemon Snaps on the TV.
You're not down. You're not down. How are you going to pull? You got to. You have an N64 that's modded to do a live.
Just throw up an emulator, man. I mean,
you can't. I mean, I don't know if the controller translates. You have to have an N64 controller, I think. We'll have to hit up Chris Mega Games and ask him what.
Chris Mega Games, help us out here.
I'll have to ask him about that. Hey, folks, that's going to do it for us this evening. Again, once again, thank you for joining us on the Monday Live Show. If you're catching us just right now, there's going to be show notes posted later, so you can find out what in the world we talked about this evening. But again, thank you. Next show will be on Jason's channel. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.